Hi everybody. Hi everyone. Welcome to Unsubscribe to Healthcare. A couple of you guys were asking how I made a CMS 1500 that was fillable on Google Sheets. And this is how you can do it yourself if you're interested. So what you're going to want to do is first, I like to set up the columns. So I like to set up the upper portion. What you want to do is that the easiest way I found to do this was to take a picture of the CMS 1500 and make it to size inside the Google Sheet spreadsheet itself. After you do that, you're going to want to try and size all of these columns so that they're equal to what you need them to be. Right, so if you look here, you can see that this first column is set up to equal the first row, or the first line that we see, first vertical line. Next, we want to set up the second row to be the closest vertical line that we see to the first vertical line. The way that I did that is I would put my pointer of my mouse on it, and then I would scroll down to see if there was any other vertical line that was as close to this. And this one's pretty similar, but it's not quite as close to the first vertical line. So you're going to go ahead and make this second line equal to this one. So the way you do that is you click and drag it over. Once you see the blue line mark up over it, you're good to go. Next, check your next vertical line. So here's the next vertical line. Right, so this AZ box will now, AZ row 9 will now fit to check off this box here. After you finish doing all of these vertical lines and matchups, you're going to want to add notes so that you can keep track of where things are and what you're actually looking at. Because when you have just a bunch of boxes and tally marks and stuff, it makes it really hard to keep track of. So this is going to be our next vertical line, right? So you can see it's really small here. Okay, so we're going to line up this one with these, right? You can see that sometimes it's negligible, but you just get it as close as you can. All right, come back up to the top, go down, and you can see that as we come down, this line almost lines up with it perfectly, so you'd only do one line there. But we can see that this vertical line and this vertical line are also both before it. So again, I would find this, come down, see that these pretty much line up, so I'm going to just keep a line in the middle of those. So this is going to be our next line in between here and here. You come here, you drag it over, line it up. I'm going to go over to the right side of it a little bit just so that it can kind of line up more. But yeah, once you do that, a ton of times, you'll get something that looks like this. You can then add these boxes around your sections, and this should line up with the CMS 1500 form when you print it out. So these boxes are just for kind of getting the alignment right. After you get the alignment right and you know which boxes you want, then you can add those notes to it. To add a note, what you do is you right click and you can click insert note, or you can also go up here to insert note is at the very bottom, and it also tells you that you can do shift plus F2 to make it quicker. So when you have all of the columns, all of the rows lined up, that's when you're going to want to merge the cells, right? So to merge a set of cells, you can see that when I click here, all of these cells line up as just one. To merge all of the cells, what you're going to do is shift an arrow key over whatever you need, or you can click and drag, and you'll see that it highlights. And then you come up here to the top, and it's going to be this little section, right? So merge cells, and you can see now all of those cells just became one. Okay, so I hope that's helpful for you guys if you want to make your own CMS 1500 form. I recommend, trying it out first, and then it's going to take several prints on the CMS 1500 in order to get everything lined up, because you're going to need to adjust these rows a little bit, you're going to need to adjust the columns a little bit, and adjust, where your X's are, and, it takes a lot of adjustments. But if you're perseverant, you're going to be able to do it just fine. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know and ask away. If you're interested in joining the discussion, join our Facebook group and search for Unsubscribed Healthcare. Thanks so much. Hope this helped.